The Norwich University Athletic Training Department is an integral cog in the cadet athletics machine. The department is made up of head athletic trainer Dave Botello, associate athletic trainer Nikki Tarian, and assistant athletic trainers Kerry Wentland and Ian Smith. Together, these four help NU student athletes not only recover from injuries, but also look to prevent further injuries. We sat down with Associate AT Nikki Tarian to talk about her duties as an athletic trainer, as well as a typical day in the life of an AT.
Here at Norwich, I work with the men's and women's soccer teams in the fall, and then men's ice hockey in the winter, and women's lacrosse and the men's tennis team in the spring. So non-game days are pretty busy for us. Anything can walk in the door at any point, and you've got to kind of be ready for it. A lot of the times we do our treatments and evaluations in the morning times, mix in a little bit of paperwork, whether it be insurance or doing some research on injuries or whatever we've got going on at the time. We'll generally do that in the morning, and then the afternoons it's practice time and getting kids ready and getting them out the door and going to practice. The teams that we're assigned to, we're there for all practices and all games. The only time we're not there is if it's just a captain's practice and the coach isn't around, so we're still usually there but not necessarily at practice watching it. Game days are a little different. You've got to come in a little bit earlier, get everything set up for the game, make sure your kids have everything they need, they're ready to go. Sometimes you get a little superstition involved in there with particular athletes either wanting to tape a certain way or see someone and high five them, or it's some fun stuff involved in it, which is kind of great. And then you get to watch a game and kind of see your kids succeed and do well at their sport, and that's for me the most rewarding point is watching those kids go from injury back to full competition, being able to watch them play the sport they love. So the kids in the athletic training program, they start clinicals sophomore year, so they can be with us anywhere between sophomore year and senior year. They're generally assigned to us for a season, so they'll be working with us for a particular team during a particular season, and they pretty much shadow us, come in as much as they can. They've got a certain amount of hours they've got to get in, and it's just teaching them what we do and having those kids kind of understand what the role of an athletic trainer is and what a typical day is, so they know what they're getting into, because athletic training is pretty specific and geared towards a specific job, so a little different than like a liberal arts degree. So here at Norwich, each athletic trainer that we have on staff, and there are 4 full-times and a part-time person, each person has a travel season. Mine happens to be with the men's ice hockey team, so I will travel with them to their away contests, do the overnights with them, kind of hang out on the road, and that's a fun experience. You get to see the kids bonding with each other and different experiences getting away from campus, and I think it's a really cool thing that we get to be a part of, and I enjoy traveling with the teams I get to. And sometimes even when we're not with our travel teams, if you get a free afternoon and one of your teams is on the road and you want to get on the bus with them, they're usually more than happy to have you on the road with them, so that's fun too. So here at Norwich, we've started a concussion task force. It's the athletic trainers, the academic achievement setter, and the infirmary or Green Mountain Family Practice, our team physicians, and we've all gotten together and gone over all the data of the concussions at Norwich. We've started a different way of evaluating kids in the last couple years. And through that, we've found trends, and we're working on trying to decrease injuries in certain sports or change the way kids are participating in contact based upon the year, the experience they have. We've worked with the rugby teams this year and tried to work on decreasing some of the numbers of concussions we're seeing there. Part of our job is prevention of injuries, and so that's kind of what we're doing with this concussion task force. And the doctors at Green Mountain Family Practice have been great about being on the cutting edge of return to academics and return to learn, and just working with them on that and how we work return to athletics in that whole progress, and making sure the kids are getting the right care and getting them back safely.
Without the tireless effort and support of the athletic training department, the Norwich University athletic team certainly wouldn't achieve the modicum of success that is expected by our loyal fan base. This video was produced by Norwich Athletic Communications.